Hi Aquarius, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Aquarius is your intuitive reading for the time between the 12th and the 18th of June. We're going to draw a number of cards and we're going to relate them to love, general and just key experiences for over the next 7 days. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started with your reading. Okay, my darling. So these are your key energies for the week, and we'll look at this one first and this one right at the end of the reading. And we've got love and then everything other than love, but we can relate it to love as well. So just to try to break up the reading a little bit. And this is the card at the base of the reading. Now, the card at the base of the reading is the overall perspective that you need to see this reading or this week through. And this is one of Knight of Pentacles. This is linked to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this is about the progress that you've been making, the slow progress that you've been making toward gaining the type of security that you want. Interestingly, I get a sense actually that this week there is going to be maybe some money coming in or rewards coming in or something to do with finances. So these cards will tell us that. But let's start off with the key energy for this week. And we've got the King of Cups. Okay, excellent. So, you know, we've got two cards so far and both masculine energies, which means they're both about the actions that you take toward gaining the stability and the security that you want, maybe in a financial way, and then the action that you take when it comes to your emotions, the things that you are emotionally drawn towards. So this is about what you're gonna do this week, what you're doing in order to move toward the things, the areas, the people, the situations, the finances, the job, the work that you want. So let's have a look then at love. We'll look at this right at the end, okay? Let's have a look at love. Then we've got Death card, which is Scorpio's energy, and we've got the Strength card. So two major arcana and two court cards. It's like quite a week for you this week, in that you've been potentially in a situation that's been unsatisfactory, and it's as if in whatever way, when it comes, I mean, these are related to love. It doesn't have to be, it could be that you've been single and you didn't want to be single, for example. You've been waiting for someone, whatever, I don't know. You apply it, it's your life. But this is saying there's the end is coming to a cycle, to a situation. There's almost a sort of a no fake. there's no more faking it anymore. The Death card is number 13, which is number 4 in total, isn't it? Which is about our structures and foundations and the things that we are built on, the things that our identities are built on, the things that our identities, within a relationship, in this instance, what are they built on? And your identity as a romantic partner, what is that identity built on? It's as if there's a change that's coming. Some people are very much like this. We understand that we feel. The King of Cups understands that he feels, but understands that, or believes it's important to manage how he's feeling. Sex, gender doesn't matter. To manage how he's feeling. So he might not express his emotions because he thinks that that's the best thing to do for everybody involved, or for himself or whatever. But ultimately, there's a change that needs to come through. And the Death card indicates that with the number 1, which is the initiation, the new beginning, and the number 3, which is about expansion, an expansion linked to your authentic self. You know, it's about revealing yet another layer of you over this week, but this is a cycle. This is where you've been trying to do that. If you've been in a new relationship, you've been trying to be new in a relationship. You've been trying to be a different way than you would usually be in this relationship, for example. But there seems to be something that's transforming for you, one that is in the relationship. It's going to be different for everybody. It might be that you allow yourself to be vulnerable in a way that you've never allowed yourself to be vulnerable before. That's this could definitely indicate that. Like, you understand that, you know, in order to have the type of success, security that I want in this relationship or in my relationships going forward, I need to recognize that I've not allowed myself to be vulnerable, and that is what takes strength, and that's what needs to transform, and that's what needs to change. Now, that's an example. You have to apply it. It's a change that's going to occur in your relationship, whether it could be breaking up with somebody, or, you know, whatever. But this is about change, transformation, real change and transformation, and it comes. We don't arrive. This isn't something out of the blue, you know, this energy. This is something that we arrive at. We've been on a journey. We've taken a journey to get to death. We've been on a slow road, really, trying to understand who we are, what we need, why we are the way we are, etc. You've been on that type of journey, and now you do understand it, and one that has taken a huge amount of strength, a huge amount of courage. You know, number 8 as well. So it's again related to our karmic cycle. You know, you've been in this cycle for a long time, and you know, all these cards indicate the same. The Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving energy in the deck. Yes, I'm taking steps toward my security, which is what all Pentacles do. We're taking steps towards our security, but with the Knight of Pentacles, we can't leave any stone unturned. We have to look at everything. We have to understand everything. We can't deny. We can't ignore. And so that does require a huge amount of strength to be that candid with ourselves. And it's as if this week you are ready and able to acknowledge and to accept the things that you want to change or that need to be transformed in order to have the type of security in a relationship or in your life, feeling good about yourself, that you need. Okay? So let's look at everything other than love, but we can relate it to love and relationships. Okay? We've got the Two of Cups, woo woo, and we've got Judgment. Wow. Okay, so very, you know, we're on a theme, really, aren't we? So the Two of Cups, obviously, you know this card, you recognise this card. It's related to soulmates, love connections, etc. And the reason we relate it to that is because number 2s are about duality. They're about partnerships. Duality is about evenness on both sides. You know, what I feel, they feel, you know, things being reciprocated. So this is why we can refer to this card, if you like to, as a soulmate card. Ultimately, you know, this is about feeling wanting to commit to something that makes you feel happy, and that thing wanting to commit to you or welcoming you with opening arms as well. So you might decide that you want to start a new job or a new career or whatever it is for you, or move house, and everything seems to go well. You find the job, you find the house, you know, everything goes well for you. So it's that it's reciprocated. And it comes because that type of balance comes because we've gone on a journey with the two, well, with all these cards, but we've gone on a journey in order to find where we resonate, you know, what more authentically, what's more authentically me, what's more authentically where I need to be. And then those circumstances and situations are then attracted to you, whether that's in the form of another person or in the form of an opportunity. So that's why we call it the soulmate card. But it you know, we relate it. If we look, we've got these angels or these entities here, and they're always, we see them on the Devil, we see them on the Lovers and on Temperance, and they're about really this the higher self, and the higher self, this higher wisdom, this input into your life that sort of challenges you almost in a way, but it challenges you in a way that, yeah, it might be confronting with judgment, it might be confronting, but it's something that helps you to transform. It's something that helps you to get it, to realise, to understand. And you have obviously been on a journey. For many of us, you know, 2019 has been a journey. 2019 has been up and down. It's been intense at times. We've doubted ourselves. We've felt uncertain. We felt like, are we making the right choices? We felt unfulfilled at times, and that's everyone, and that's because of the astrology and of this year. It's such a strong year astrologically, so I know that you felt it. I'm not predicting it, that's just how it's been this year. And you know, this is the Judgment card in itself really is, again, it's number 2, it's number 20, so it's number 2, And we've got that commitment, wanting to commit to something new, but it's a case of this is something that happens in a circumstance, a situation that arises that makes you see something, that helps you to recognize something, that helps everything to be revealed to you. You know, yeah, it can be it can be an apology, it can be all those things, it can be conversations, but really the essence of this energy is about having a situation, a circumstance, an experience that pushes you to transform, that pushes you to realize something, that helps to expand your awareness in a way that really does affect your movement, that really does affect where you go next. So it's very interesting. I want to look at this card, which is the last card we're looking at, because as I said, you know, we these are our key energies. You know, the key energy, we're looking at the King of Cups, saying this is our understanding, the steps and the actions that we want to take toward the things that we feel good about or want to go toward. Yeah, the things that make us feel happy or joyful, for example, we want to go toward them. This is taking those actions, taking action toward the things that make you feel happy and joyful. Potentially it's taking you a long time to work out what those things are, you know. And again, we've got the meditation card here. Potentially it's taking you a long time to work out what those things are, but this week you see it. It's as if there's almost I kind of want to see the Ace of Swords in a way, but as I said, we arrive, but death doesn't come like that. It comes slowly. Judgment doesn't come like that. It comes slowly. We move toward it in a slow way, and it does take a huge amount of strength to slowly our awareness opens up. Slowly we start to understand more, and so it's not as overwhelming, and this is indicating that maybe you do take some time out this week to get that summation, you know, to understand it all, to be like, oh right, yeah, I get why that was necessary. I get why I did that now. I understand why they did that now. I understand why I was like that then. I understand why I continue to do this now. For example, these are just very general examples, but it will. But the experience that you will get is what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what the individual person or the players or the man or the woman or the family or the friends or the job. It doesn't matter the individual, the things. What matters really is how you're going to respond to it, what you are responding to, the types of changes that you're responding to, the types of awareness that you're going through right now. And it might mean that this week with the Four of, I already talked about the number 4 right here, didn't I? You know, I talked about the 4 being about our foundations, our roots, where we come from. You know, the 4th house in the zodiac, in the, you know, the zodiac is our roots, where we're from, our family, etc. So it's that's why we call it our foundations, what we're built on, what we're built from. You know, it also indicates the soil, the ground, the earth. You know, again, these fundamental things, the fundamental things about you, the fundamental things about your character, about why you are where you are now. This is a card, again, earth energy, sword energy, our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our consciousness, what we think, what we allow ourselves to think is the sword energy. And this is you taking time out to reflect on those things. So it might be that you, as I said, you've been on this journey, you've been sort of going through the motions, living your life, blah, 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 feeling certain things, not sure, carrying on. Now it's a case of you understand it this week, you get it, the transformation comes in because of where you've been so far this year. And there's a real, you know, there could be some of you might sort of be isolated this week. You know, you might be unwell, ill, you know, have a cough or whatever, a couple of days off work, but just to give you that isolation. You know, your partner might be traveling, so you're in the home by yourself, or whatever it is. There's an essence this week that you are not forced to confront, even though that's a phrase that came to mind. Not necessarily forced to confront, but you have the opportunity to and the space to kind of evaluate. Okay, this is what's been going on. Now let me just calibrate all this new information. It's kind of like that energy this week. So it's very interesting, Aquarius, and I'd be quite intrigued to see how it goes. So please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And feel free to share this on your social media, your WhatsApp, your Facebook. You know, you can support my channel, as I said, just by giving a thumbs up and leaving your comments. That supports my channel. And you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. The astrology for the month is just below, so you can always read that. And I will see you all again next week with your brand new weekly readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.